And it's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services. We're with Avaya today at their Innovative Edge series in New York City. Have a chance to talk to their chief technologist, who was one of our speakers, John Turgeon, and everyone calls you JT. And you really had some interesting points today about how digital is being transformative, and new technologies are being applied to a lot of areas. I really liked your point about Steve Jobs saying that everything is about the customer experience, and that's where you should start. Why is that important?
Well, to me, it's no longer just about consuming technology. If you can demonstrate across any vertical industries that it's transformative from an experience as to whomever is consuming your services, if it's not different, if it's not impactful, and I like to bring the human touch into this, right? That it's not just, hey, we're upgrading the technology for the sake of because it's cool, and this is where I believe Steve Jobs' capabilities and what he accomplished is extraordinary. He really had a vision of a transformative experience, for people consuming music to start with, and again, devices, and it was so impactful that the entire industry has moved on. So I'm trying to apply the same thing to various industries. It doesn't matter if it's agriculture, if it's healthcare, education. That's what we need to start looking at, is how will these experiences be consumed, and what will be impactful for people to really adopt them.
Very good, and we work a lot with contact centers and customer experience. You talked about the blended multi-channel nature now, that you have to be able to access information from customers from a variety of channels and how they want to be in touch with your organization. And now it's expanding to be able to access social media. To be able to react to customers' comments. Why is all that important, and what's the way to really be able to tie everything together?
Well, the key is the blended experience is to make sure that from an effectiveness point of view, you don't have to dedicate agent to specific channels, including voice, of course, right, is the key here. So I want my agent to potentially multitask, being able to take one voice call, being able to answer some SMS and some emails that are not necessarily real time. So it's near real time or non-real time. So the blended capabilities bring some pretty cool effectiveness. But in the end, it's all about giving choices to customers. How do you want to engage with my organization? You use the example of a bank. Well, I may start on a mobile client, right, that they've developed, the mobile app that they gave me. But if I click to call, I want you to bring contextual information. If I've been looking at my account and the balance, and looking at transaction, as soon as I connect to the agent, I shouldn't have to repeat what is my account number, who am I, and what was I looking at. And this is where the sophistication of the integrated platform brings all this contextual information to really drive a completely new experience, which is less frustrating than having to repeat what you just is either typed or logged in from the app 5 minutes ago.
Sure. One of the points you made, you used a medical case, is having a 360-degree view of a customer, and then also having to learn on the fly like a doctor has to about patients and new treatments. How do you handle and help access and support the 360-degree view of a customer?
Well, it's a bit repetitive, but it's about bringing all of the components of the information about that patient to be visualized and consumed. And this is where the analytics platform, so the integration with the electronic health records, maybe have even an external CRM database, but you have to also probably bring in some remote monitoring capabilities. It's not rare that you see hospitals send patients back home with remote IoT capabilities, to be able to monitor your heart rate, your blood pressure, your exercise level. So it's all about bringing all of this contextually to the doctor to be able to better assist you pending an unfortunate circumstance where your blood pressure is abnormally high. So it's to bring all this and have the doctor learn from the current contextual information, make a decision in real time, maybe assisted by some of the analytics platform, but bring the entire journey from the time that you came to the hospital, visited the doctor, now you're home and maybe mobile and just driving around to go to the grocery store, but have this entire visualization of what you're going through so that I can better assist you.
Hey, absolutely. Always like to ask guests a little bit about their background. How'd you get in the field? What have been some of the steps along your career path now to Chief Technologist at Avaya?
Well, I spent a large majority of my time in the enterprise, but I spent probably 20% in the service provider space as well, going through various hypes of technology. But I always have been driven by innovation, trying to push the envelope. I have a reasonably strong networking background, creating a disruptive and delivering a disruptive technology, which has since been acquired by some vendors out there. But now the journey is really about bringing so many technology innovation and new trends in the marketplace. We touch on artificial intelligence, IoT, blockchain, quantum computing. All of this is coming together and has to be consumed in some way. So I love the fact that we're now seeing the openness, the interoperability, the flexibility of contact center merging with unified communication, being assisted by artificial intelligence with immense amount of data that can be consumed in various ways. So it's very exciting time. And again, my 34 years of experience, I think are helping out. I got a strong foundation, that helps me also understand the modality of interactions, the deployment model when it comes to cloud with my experience in the service provider space in the enterprise. So it's been a fun journey and it's not over yet.
Well, JT, great to be with you today and all your colleagues from Avaya, an amazing technology company, and great to hear about all of the innovations that you have.
Well, thank you so much, and glad you could be here to listen to it and keep us honest.
Absolutely. Great to see us. Ken Kraetzer at today's Avaya seminar in New York City for CBSI Services.